Welcome to the Volta Eco Guide to installing a 3-phase eCactus battery. Here's the eCactus 3-phase battery box. Isn't it beautiful? That's Bob. Yeah, you're going to get a blade, you're going to cut that open, unpack the box and check all the accessories are there. There's going to be quite a few. Here's another box. Cut that open just like Bob's doing. Get all the accessories out, make sure they're all there. And then you're going to get the battery box. Oh, he's a demon with that blade. Get your mate to lift it up because that's going to be pretty heavy. Cut those cable ties, you don't want to trip over those later on. Find all the little bits and bobs, make sure that they're all there. Now this is where you're going to install it. Have those gaps all around it just to save yourself from any problems later on. You can use the wire stripper to strip the negative wire insulation to around about 7mm in length. Insert the wire into the negative plug, just like Bob's doing there. Get your crimpers, crimp that. Now insert the wire into the negative PV connector, just like that. Lock it in, job done. Now use the wire stripper to strip the positive wire to about 7mm in length. Insert the wire into the little piece there, crimp that down, put it into the PV connector and lock the nut. Place the base on the ground and then use a screwdriver to adjust the height of the support legs. Don't forget to use a spirit level to make sure that the base is level in all 4 corners. The distance between the base and the wall, well, that should be about 45mm. Now you're going to drill holes and fit the back plate. Consult the manual for the exact measurement. Secure with a self-tapping screwdriver. Now you're going to insert the lifting handles into the battery box. Make sure the lifting handles are properly screwed in because it'll make it a lot easier to lift. Get your mate along because that is going to be heavy. Lift it onto the base plate. Take the little handles out. And you've got those little rubber grommets. You're going to put those in there. Attach the connection pieces between each box. That's going to keep it nice and stable. Now you're going to put those handles in the next box to lift it up. Connect the little connectors to keep it all stable. And stack them up one by one, just like a big Lego kit. Put the little rubber bits in. Connect them all together with those little securing devices. Put the inverter on top like that, put the little grommets in, more of those little security little tabs, keep it all nice there. Now you're going to install the metal bracket behind the inverter. Now you're going to install the little connection plates. That's what it looks like there. Screw that in. Lovely job. Now you're going to install the inverter by fitting the metal brackets onto the wall mount plate. Secure the connection plates on both sides. Before starting, just make sure that all the switches and the circuit breakers are in the off position.
Secure the PE cable tightly to ensure a safe grounding connection.
Follow the ports marked to plug the PV connectors in order. Ensure all PV connections are secure and properly locked. Undo the screw on the waterproof box and remove the seal. Strip the installation layer of each AC wire to around about 7 mm. Thread the wires into the hole according to the colours shown in the pictures and check the colour sequence is correct. Attach the terminal to the cable and then crimp it securely. Put the spade connector into its relevant place and tighten it down with a screwdriver. Insert the terminal into the wiring following the terminal port marks and connect them in order. Install the 3-phase power meter. Now connect the power cables to the grid side. Follow the terminal port marks, connect the 3-phase power, neutral and jumper cables in order and tighten them well. Connect the meter communication cable on port 21 485A and port 22 485B. Check the arrow inside the CT clamp and install the sensor. Then connect it to port 56 on phase A. The CT arrow should point to the load direction. Then install a CT clamp sensor connected to port 78 on phase B. Install a final clamp sensor to port 910 on phase C. Strip the wire installation to around about 11 mm and use the blue cable as 485B and the brown as 485A. Loosen the waterproof connector's nut, remove the seal and insert the communication cable into the hole. Check the terminal board labels. 7 to 485B and 8 to 485A are for the meter communication port. Insert the terminals into the wiring seat. And then tighten that nut. Insert the Wi-Fi dongle into its designated port. Tighten the nut. Reattach the waterproof cover, ensuring it's locked securely in place. Before turning it on, check that all the wiring is done correctly. Open the battery breaker cover, turn the battery breaker to the on position. Turn on the PV switch, and then turn on the grid breaker. I'll probably use a stick for that bit. Then turn on the backup breaker if the backup load is being used. And finally, connect to the Wi-Fi dongle. And there you go. It's easy. It's done. Now make a cup of tea and head over to our video on how to commission the system using the eCactus hub.